Welcome to Chrisley Confessions 2.0. Now, everyone knows that we've been through a lot. We survived it. And not a lot of people, or rather a lot of people, have always asked about one particular person. How is Nanny Faye doing? So we have Nanny Faye today. So we're going to be talking about all things prior to going to prison, during prison, and now outside of prison. So, Nanny, how do you feel today to be the star of the show?
Well, I'm always the star, but I feel good sitting in my chair.
Well, Nanny, before we get started, I just wanted to comment on, you really outdid yourself with your wardrobe for your mother today.
Julie, what the hell happened this morning? People don't, just so you know, you're throwing shade because I have on my workout clothes because I had to go work out. A rock flew up in my windshield, shattered the windshield. The company had to come out on 4 occasions, couldn't get it right. I'm not going to call their name because I'm dealing with someone now with the company that's been very nice. But I had no way of going. I had to literally...
Yeah, it's been an ordeal. We've had to Uber and just catch a ride. Nanny picked me up today, thank goodness. So yeah, it's been crazy, but I still just couldn't help but comment on the fact that, you really just...
Well, it is Lululemon.
It
is Lululemon, if that means anything. So I feel good in it. I'm good. I don't really care about...
Well, I'm just glad to see that you've embraced this more casual, lived-in look.
Prison will do that for you. Mama, how does it feel to have me home?
I'm blessed.
No, be honest.
Well, listen, same shit that he left, he started back with.
Okay, exactly.
So it will never change. It'll always be what's tomorrow.
No, it'll be Todd's way or the highway.
Mm-hmm, that's right. So most of the way you have to take the highway.
Right. Or most of the time you choose to take the highway.
Yeah, to get out of it. That's the only way.
Tell her now on air that you missed me more than you did her.
Well, I'm not going to tell a lie. I missed you both. Terrible. More than you'll ever know. So then basically you're
saying to the world that you love her more than you do me.
No, I didn't say that.
You basically did. But it's okay. We'll move on from that.
You know what? There's room in your heart for a lot of love, not just one.
It seems to me like you've got a lot more in your heart for her than you do me. But listen, I'm
just a nicer person.
Well, we're just not measuring.
Right, and I'm a nicer person.
So, Mama, did she throw shade?
She did and never said a word.
So let's talk about kind of, this whole case and how it got started. We'll not go all the way back to that because I think we've covered all that. But let's go from the time that we were getting ready for trial and the attorney's telling us we've got this. There's enough evidence to prove that you're not guilty. And we all went into that courtroom thinking that we're going to beat this. And you were one of those people. How did you feel when the verdict came down?
Well, at an early age, I always knew not to never trust an attorney. Because you know what? The Bible says, woe unto you, lawyers and judges, you'll bring condemnation on yourself and won't even as much as touch it with your finger. So that's all said and done. So that's all you need to know.
Woe ye doctors and lawyers, not lawyers and judges.
Well, same thing.
So basically you're saying that Savannah should not marry a doctor or a lawyer.
Well, I'm not saying there are sinners that they can't get forgiveness for what they do. I'm not saying that. But you just don't continue to do it every day and ask for forgiveness every day. He gets tired of that.
But how did you feel when the guilty verdict came back?
Well, in my heart, I didn't believe with the evidence that we were going to be convicted.
Right.
I really didn't believe that.
Because we were all convicted that day. It wasn't just me and Julie.
No,
it was
we all went to jail same time.
Right.
We all got released at the same time.
Right.
Now we got to take our different roads in what we plan on doing.
Right.
Because we're free now. We're free as a bird to do whatever we want to do.
Well, you can't do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I can.
You can do hard time too. I was actually with somebody that was there that was 80.
Well, that's good. Listen, we don't care what goes on because we may not get till tomorrow.
So you're just going to go out here and just literally just ride dirty all the time?
No, I've never been dirty. but I just live the truth.
Well, so the conviction came down, and then we had to self-surrender on January the 17th, 2023. And then, like you just said, the sentence really started for everyone, because you'll be 81 in September, and you drove how many hours to see me?
8-9 hours.
To see me. And folks, that was literally, you were there, what, a couple of days a month, a couple of times a month?
Yeah, most of the time.
And so for someone that's 80 years old or 79 years old, 8 hours, 9 hours one way was a lot.
Yeah.
And so did you ever think that you would be going through that at your age?
I never once thought I'd ever be going through this in my lifetime. That I would have ever had to be visiting my son and my daughter-in-law for some stuff that I feel like was an injustice. Mm-hmm. So that's how I put it. But you know what? Always be thankful for your friends, because I met this woman, 20-something years ago, mm-hmm. and we have remained friends. So she lived in Fairhope. So God always has a plan for you. I got to go down there and visit with her, spend time with her and her family. That has been great for me. Mm-hmm. So you cannot put a good person down. Just always stay focused on what you plan on doing.
Well, so tell me, what was the biggest adjustment for you after we were gone? Because I mean, I wiped your ass for 30 years.
He did.
And then I made sure that you did. And then now you had to start doing it yourself.
Oh, I've been doing it myself since I can remember. So you have helped me on some things, but I pretty much made my own
So
way.
you basically are just self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And you run your own life.
Yeah.
Because you're a bad bitch.
No, listen, I've done hard time. So you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to get up and face tomorrow, because I say every morning, thank you for letting me get up. There's nothing going to come my way today you and I are not going to be able to handle. So I get up with a good love in my heart and a smile on my face. I can't worry about what other people want to say and what they want to do. I got to worry about me.
Well, do you have love for the Bureau of Prisons?
No, but I could tell them a few things too. They need to be reinvestigated themselves. Because most of them, they would end up in prison for life for the stuff that they
for the crooked shit that
they have done.
But I think what people maybe don't realize is that, you said it best, everybody's in jail. Everybody's in prison when your loved ones are in prison. And I think for our situation, even more so, because of the fact that we had worked together. You know, we'd worked together for 10 years. So it not only was our livelihood, your livelihood, the kids' livelihood, it was everything kind of stopped immediately. We went from filming every day together to literally going to trial. I think we quit filming in March of 22 before we went to trial in June. So it was that. It was the fact of we saw you every day. You know, we ate dinner together. If we're filming, we ate lunch together.
Y'all traveled to the casino together.
We traveled to the casino together. You know, and I think people don't realize it, which I think is just such a God thing. When you were diagnosed with bladder cancer, I was there with you. We went to every appointment. We went to Vanderbilt. We did what we had to do to get through that. And literally, when we got pardoned, I think it was that same week, right? That you found out that there were some things that showed up, and I was there to take you to that appointment.
But you know, that was something that you used to talk about in the emails to me.
Right.
I worry so much about not being there for your mother because I was with her for every appointment.
Absolutely.
And then the irony of that was that we came home and then 2 days later, you were back.
I think it was literally like 2 days, wasn't it? After 2 or 3 days after we got back.
It wasn't long, but you was there with me.
Yeah. And I think that truly was a God moment, because that is something, you know, when, and I know, I'm sure you had these same thoughts that, oh my God, am I going to be alive when my kids come home? that was my fear, that you and that my parents would, remain healthy and be okay till I could get there, because I have always been that one to be the caretaker. And I love that role. That is a role that I cherish. So I think it was such a blessing to be able, not that you had to go through it again, but the fact that I was there when it happened again, and I think that's just crazy to me, because what is the coincidence of that happening,
I always say God has a plan.
And his plan's far greater than what ours is.
Just stick with it. Stay focused. But I had great, great doctors, friends that I cherish until death, that have been good to me. No one's been bad to me except one person, but I told him, and so I've never seen him before.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So what Nanny's trying to say is that,
you want to kind of like not throw people under the bus.
So,
but I'm all about putting
so
people
Nanny
under the bus.
is always out and about, whether it's in a casino, whether it's in a restaurant,
or home goods,
wherever she might be, and people always come up to Nanny. They want a picture, they want to talk. And so throughout this whole experience, Nanny has had one bad incident to happen. Mm-hmm. So I want you to tell us about that incident. You were at a casino.
And so I moved down to another table. Here come this little young fella. I would say 35, 40. He put his coins down at the end and sit down beside of me. He said, "Hey." I said, "Hey." So in a little bit, he said, "I know who you are." I said, "Well, I hope you enjoyed it." And he said, "Well, they're going to jail, so what you going to do now?" I said, "We're going to make a movie about it so people, a drunk like you, will be able to watch something." Because he had his little Bud Light and set it down.
Uh-huh.
So when he said that to me, I don't know how I thought about that, but God gave it to me. Right. I said, "We're going to make a movie about it so drunks like you'll have something to watch."
Are you a yo-yo dieter? You diet, lose weight, but gain it all back, plus a few extra pounds. You lose it and regain it again and again. It's dangerous. Studies show that can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and other health problems. Breaking free of your yo-yo diet pattern is a main reason doctors created Lean. Lean is a supplement, not an injection, and you don't need a prescription. The science behind Lean is impressive. It's studied natural ingredients, target weight loss in 3 powerful ways. Lean helps maintain healthy blood sugar, it helps control appetite and cravings, and it helps burn fat by converting fat into energy. Listen, if you're tired of losing weight and gaining it back, if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace, Lean was created for you. Let me get you started with 20% off when you enter Chrisley20 at takelean.com. That's TAKELEAN.com, code Chrisley20. Okay, folks, I don't know about you, but I love the summertime. I love it. It's my favorite time of the year. But what I don't love is to be hot when I sleep. And it is a constant struggle in my house to stay cool while I'm sleeping. Because we all know Todd loves it warm. I love it cool. And that's why I absolutely love Boll & Branch Percale sheets. They're cool, crisp, and breathable, and you never have to sleep hot again. Boll & Branch Percale sheets are made free from toxins with the finest 100% organic cotton. They're made ultra crisp with a special cooling weave, so you never sleep hot again. They also come with a 30-night worry-free guarantee and are ethically crafted by expert artisans that earn fair wages. You know, I have loved Boll & Branch forever, and I actually just sent Grayson to college in a brand new set of Boll & Branch sheets. We love them because they wash up so good and because he's always hot when he sleeps. So Boll & Branch was the perfect fit for him. If you need blankets, sheets, Boll & Branch is your place. Feel the difference an extraordinary night's sleep can make with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/confessions. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLANDBRANCH.com/confessions to save 15% off and unlock free shipping. Exclusions apply.
Well, and we were talking about this. I've only had that one experience with that lady. And she knew
that was in the Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
But I read her for the filth she was.
Yeah.
And in the Chick-fil-A of all places, God's restaurant.
I know. It's bad.
But, I've had that one experience that was bad.
Right.
You've had none.
No, literally, I think this was a very profound thing. I was in a department store here in Nashville, and this lady comes up to me and she says, I want you to know, she said, that I am so glad that you and your husband are home. She said, I don't agree politically, align with you, but I'm grateful and I love you guys. And I thought that to me was just so telling and so just the way we should all be, that it has, at the end of the day, she was grateful. She had obviously watched the show. She knew who we were, followed our story, and was able to say, okay, even though I don't align with your political views and beliefs, I'm still glad that you came home.
And I still love you.
Right. And that to me was just the way that it should be. Like, again, we've talked about it. No one wants everybody to believe the same thing and see things the same way. But it doesn't change how you can feel about someone.
That's
and
right.
I love that.
That's right. So then no one else has bothered you?
No.
But
I can make it on my own with my friends and my fans.
Speaking of friends, now I was gone for 28 months. Did you have any special friends?
I got, all mine are special. They're not.
I'm talking about knocking boots friends.
Todd, don't be talking trash and crazy shit.
I just want to know because you told the kids, because they kept coming down there telling me that you told them you was getting ready to have them a new grandpa.
Well, do you believe everything that I say?
So then you acknowledge that you're full of shit.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just because you don't want one.
I don't want one.
You could have one.
I could have had one long time ago, but I don't want one. I don't want no nurse in a pocketbook.
No, I think what you said was you're not going to be a nurse or a purse for someone. So you're not going to take care of somebody old, and you're not going to support somebody young.
No, I'm going to live my life. I had one husband and one dog, and I'm not having nobody else.
One husband and one dog. I'm
going to get you another dog.
Well, you'll have to keep it for yourself because it's not going to take
Mom, I'm going to get you a real dog.
Okay. Well, you keep that real dog.
She had a real dog.
No, she had a little play toy.
Well, that's all I wanted. And she gave me joy and peace when I needed it.
And you lost Miley while I was in prison. And that was a hard thing for you because
I loved Miley.
Yes.
And I tell her good night every night, sitting right over on that stove.
Tell them why that you tell her good night every night.
Because I love her.
I know, but where is she?
She's in dog heaven.
She's in dog heaven. But where's her ashes?
Sitting beside my chair.
And so, didn't you say that when you pass away,
she's going with me?
So we're to put her in the casket with you?
That's exactly right.
I can't bury you with a dog, Mama.
You ain't gonna be burying me. I'm gonna be burying myself.
But I'm gonna have to say.
No, I got my papers.
I can assure you, if that is your wish, that will happen.
There's just a little bitty urn about like that. I tell her good night.
So you want me to put it in your hands while you're laying there?
I don't care where you put her as long as she's in there with me.
I'm going to put you a cigar here and put Miley in your hand.
Well, that's okay. We'll just talk like we always did.
Let me ask you, does she answer you at night?
No, but she probably knows that I'm thinking about her.
Okay, because she's in doggy heaven. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's a blessing right there.
Well, she brought me joy when I needed it most.
Right.
And when I'd tell her good night and put her down, I said, it's time for me and you to go night-night. Before she got sick and real low, she'd run down that hallway and jump in her crate. And I'd tell her good night, facing her up. Unless there was a storm, you never hurt her.
But if there was a storm, you put her in the bed with you.
Yeah, if it's a bad storm, I got up.
Because she got scared.
She'd be going round and round that crate. And I'd get up and I'd get her.
Wow. Because you was a good dog owner.
Well, if you don't love them, you don't need them.
That's right.
That's right, Mom. That's why
That's
you're
right.
going to love these 3 that I've ordered for
You
you.
ain't gonna buy me no 3.
Yeah, you're
I
going to
got
have
my
3.
own self to take care of. Can't take care of nobody.
I will tell you, it's so crazy because while we were in prison, you lost Miley. We lost Lilo.
Mm-hmm.
My mom lost her dog, Sugar. And I miss Lilo.
Julie?
Like, I really miss her. Before I went to prison, Chase brought her to me. I don't know what. I had her a few years.
We had her a couple of years.
And I'm not really, I love animals.
She is not an animal person.
I'm not a real dog person, but I loved Lilo. I loved her. She was such a good dog. And, and I took care of her every day. I'm the one that took her out. I'm the one that fed her. I'm the one that had her groomed.
You're the one that took her for her vaginal rejuvenation.
Yes, I did. So when behind the scenes story, this was at one time Chase's dog, but Chase was moving and all this. And so he's like, Mom, can Lilo stay with you? I said, sure.
Well, it was supposed because he was moving in his new condo and they wouldn't let him have the dog in the building.
Right. And so I said, yes, she can.
Temporarily.
So the first month that we had her, well, she almost died. It was a breathing issue. So I take her in and she has to get surgery.
$12,000.
Well, hold up. Quit going ahead of me.
Just want you to know it was $12,000.
She had to have a breathing surgery. And then they also said, well, she needs vaginal rejuvenation.
For a dog.
But because she kept getting this infection. So, of course, I had to get her fixed. I had to get her where she was healthy and good. But literally it was $12,000. I had not had this dog 30 days.
And let everyone know that you lied to me about how much it was going to cost.
Well, I don't care. You have to take care of an animal.
The exact words were, Todd, she's got to have a procedure. I said, what kind of procedure? She said, well, she's got to have her nose fixed because she's having trouble breathing. But then which is
very common in Frenchies.
She said, but then they have to do vaginal rejuvenation. I said, what? She said, vaginal rejuvenation. I said, on a dog?
Well, she had a little...
Her lips were too thick. She had a fat cat. And so, oh God.
But you know what? I had this dog and then I fell in love with her. But even before I fell in love with her, I had to make sure she was healthy and good. So then a year or 2 later, Chase comes back. Well, she's my dog and I'm coming to get her. I said, okay.
You're going to pay me that $12,000?
And it really wasn't about the money. It was about me wanting to keep Lilo. So I said, you can have Lilo back, but I need that $12,000. And so needless to say, he could just come and love on Lilo whenever he wanted to. And I got to keep her.
But, also, when I got COVID.
Yeah.
I was so sick, but we didn't even know because I'd gotten up that morning and when I got out of the bed, I just fell backwards.
Right.
So I didn't even know I was sick. But Lilo never left my side of the bed the entire time.
It was crazy.
And when they put me in the hospital, you said she's laid beside your bed the entire time.
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. So we've gone through that. So it's new beginning. So I'm not sure if that new beginning means a new dog for you and
there's
me.
not going to be one for me.
No, I've ordered you one.
Well,
Ordered? You act like you just placing an order.
Yeah, because I found them on Instagram.
Oh my.
Well, I'm not having a dog.
I'm getting you 2 sisters, Laverne and Shirley.
Well, I'm going to be by myself, so I'm not going to be worried
No,
about
I can't have you by yourself, Mama. You're going to have those 2 little babies to take care of.
I'm not going to be having nothing
and
to
it
take
keeps
care
you
of.
motivated, gives you something
I
to
have
do.
plenty to keep me motivated.
Okay, let's talk about something super important. Your health. You want more energy, better focus, less stress. It all starts in your gut because when your gut is out of whack, everything feels off. Your mood, your digestion, your sleep, everything. That's why we love Just Thrive Probiotic. Most probiotics never make it to your gut alive, but Just Thrive is clinically proven to arrive in your gut 100% alive and actually work. For you, that means less bloat, healthy immunity, and that steady feel-good energy to tackle your day. So here's our challenge for you. Try Just Thrive Probiotic for 90 days, 100% risk-free, and see how much better you feel. Don't just take our word for it. Take control of your gut and take control of everything else. You'll see. Head to justthrivehealth.com/confessions to save 20% and start your 90-day Just Thrive challenge today. If you don't love the way you feel, ask for a full product refund, no questions asked, because when you feel your gut, you feel your life. That's justthrivehealth.com/confessions. Justthrivehealth.com/confessions. So I do have to tell you another story. When you and I would talk, you would always say, oh my God, every email she'd be like, I'm over here doing my job. I'm doing my job. Well, her job was helping Savannah with Chloe and laundry.
Laundry.
Laundry. Mama, have you ever in your life, up until my daughter, seen as much laundry?
I wouldn't see that in a prison. Because they don't have that many clothes. The only difference is these wasn't ever dirty.
She would try something on, throw it in the floor.
Wear it 15 minutes, put it in dirty clothes hamper. Grayson, you could go upstairs, it'd be up to the commode. Shoes and socks. I had to throw them over the banister because I couldn't carry them.
Mama, you did hard time.
I did hard time, a lot harder than you did, I promise you. Every day. It wasn't one day.
You didn't even get a break.
No.
I know.
I did hard time.
But she did say she could not wait. She said, I'm handing this job off to you the minute, even before we got pardoned, she was still counting the days down for me to come home because she couldn't wait to hand that job off. Now, not with Chloe so much, but the laundry, you were grateful to give that up, right?
No, I didn't mind cooking. I didn't mind taking Chloe anywhere. I didn't mind your two, them two, that baby you got, and that other
Grayson.
next to the baby. They don't ever put up nothing.
So basically what you're saying is that Savannah and Grayson are lazy as hell when it comes to taking
I didn't say they were lazy because Grayson got up, did everything he was supposed to do every day. Mm-hmm. And more too.
Right.
The mess. And Savannah, she never gave up. She worked all the time, but she's a minute person. She runs in, changes clothes, lays them down. They get
off to the next thing.
If they get a salt shaker out, they don't use it like that and put it back. They leave it there.
Isn't that disrespectful?
When I started sleeping on the sofa, Grayson come down.
She wanted to sleep on the sofa because you couldn't get up in Savannah in a bed.
Yeah,
because the beds are too high.
And when I'd have to get down, then it's too hard for me. And it's hard for me to get up. You know, I do have short legs. But so
what is it Daddy told you? You ought to sue the highway department because they put your ass too low to the ground?
I just got to where I made me a bed on the sofa. Slept good. It was fine. But then I got Mr. Grayson. When I'd hear him come down those steps, I said, I don't care how much mess you make, but you better not go up them steps
without it being put
clean
away.
Because I'm going to break your legs.
You were sick of, let's just listen, because we want people that watch Chrisley Confessions to know that they're getting the truth. You were sick of this shit.
I was sick of that. Yeah. And every morning he'd get up. Now, I did everything he asked me to do because I do love him.
Yeah.
But he is a pain in the ass sometimes. He'd get up and come down through. He said, Nanny, make sure that I'm up at 10 o'clock. And now,
everybody knows you. If someone's wants to be up at 10 o'clock, you gonna start at 7:40 in the morning getting them up.
I want to have plenty of time. So I would tell, if it was on a weekend when he wanted to go golfing, I'd tell Chloe, I said, Chloe, I'd hear that phone, the alarm. You could hear it plumb downstairs.
Plumb downstairs.
Yeah. Going off. How anybody can stand that, I don't know.
Mama.
You got to be good.
Or crazy. or touched.
I said, Chloe, go up there. I done called him. He's done told me to get him up, make sure. I've already been in there 2 times, Nanny. I'm not going in there. I said, well, he's asleep. Then he'd come down. Why don't y'all get me? You can't wake the dead. That's what I said, can't wake the dead. Oh, my gosh. But he'd come downstairs and he'd say, Nanny, do you think you could cook me some eggs? I said, sure can. I said, how many you want? He said, cook me about 4. I said, well, shit, you're going to have to buy the chicken farm. 4 eggs when it's $5 or $6 a dozen. I said,
But why did you care how much it was?
I don't care. Just the way I had to say in something. I didn't really
And you didn't
care.
like them to waste.
No, I can't stand wasteful. Waste not, want not.
There you go, Mama. There you. And my kids waste.
But he'd eat them eggs.
But Mama, it seems like you want to bitch in one breath and then you want to take up.
Well,
from the next.
I will tell the truth. He could have went different ways, but
Because this has been a hard time on everyone.
It's been a hard time on everybody. But I can truthfully say, other than clothes, we never had a problem.
So you're saying he's as close to perfect as I've got.
Well, probably. Because
But you are partial to the boys.
She told him he had to be home at 10 o'clock on school. About 10 minutes till, I'd be dialing his number.
Nanny, I know what time I got to be home.
No, he didn't ever say that. He said, Nanny, I'm on the way or I'm sitting out in the driveway on the phone.
He'd sit out in the driveway.
On the phone. I said, okay.
Like your uncle.
Michael Jr.
But that's what he did. Never was disrespectful to me. No, I can never remember one time. Now, just because he wanted somebody to wait on him, when he first went to Alabama and he was coming home after about 3 or 4 weeks, I called him and I said, well, you got to Huntsville yet? He said, no, Nanny, I hadn't got there yet. So we started talking. He said, I bought you something. I said, what'd you buy me? He said, I bought you some clothes. I said, what the devil did you buy me clothes for? I got enough to last me as long as I'm going to live. You going to love this. The more we talked, I said, how many bags you got in the back of that truck? He had about 2 trash bags.
Of
full
his laundry.
Dirty clothes. Took me all day that Friday to get them washed up.
Mom, that's just abusive.
Yeah.
That's abuse of the elderly.
But now, since he's got his own place, he said,
His own
Nanny,
washer and dryer, everything.
And I said, now be sure that you wash those clothes every other day, because that'll give you a few hours just in 2 days. And I said, put your dark ones together, your
I went
lighter
through all
ones
of it with him.
together, and your whites always by themselves. I am, Nanny. He said, when are you going to come and see me? I said, well, when I'm on my way to Alabama to visit my friends, I'll stop by and stay with you a few days. But I know you want me to just be the maid, not really want. He said, well, I want to see you, but being maid's important. Because, Nanny, you can clean and you know how to wash.
No, he wants you to come so he can show you off to all
Yeah,
his
he
friends.
wants you to come so y'all.
All them little Alabama boys and girls, they want me to go with them.
They want you to go out and get drunk.
Well, I'm not going to do that because I've never done that.
Well, they said you were going to do Jello shots with them.
I don't know what that is, but I'm not
It's
paying on
Jello with like liquor in it.
Well, I'm not going to do that stupid shit.
Mama, they said if you do those Jello shots, your clothes come off.
I don't care. I'm not wanting mine off because
That's tequila, makes your clothes
Oh
fall
my
off.
gosh, they would run for cover.
So you said if you stripped, it'd run.
Well, you know, I look pretty good to be 80, but you know what? I'm not advertising.
But Mom, I'm going to put you on a dating site.
Oh, well, you go ahead and put yourself on dating site. I'm not.
I don't need to date. I got Julie.
Well, I don't want
But we're
nobody.
going to pimp you out.
Well, I don't want nobody. I'm good.
She might be on the Golden Bachelorette.
Mama, we
That's
could
what
put you
she
on
needs.
there.
You're not putting me nowhere. I'm resigning. I'm
listen,
through.
you could be the Golden Bachelorette, and then
I wish I
then you'd
would.
have like 12 men.
I didn't even watch the first ones, and I'm certainly not going to be on one for somebody to watch my stupid shit. No, I'm not. Mm-mm. No, I'm
But
not.
Mama, you would have 12 men.
I can't even take care of one, let alone 12.
But you don't have to.
Hush, don't talk about something else besides that crazy stuff. I'm going to Alabama and hang out with them. He said, Nanny, how does it feel to be in Alabama? I said, I don't feel no difference. I said, I still love Clemson. It's still in my heart.
Right. We're going to always love Clemson.
That's something I ain't going to get rid of.
No.
It's just like all these kids.
Alabama's that for him. Clemson's that for us.
Well, I'm gonna be
we're
for
gonna pull for
Alabama,
Alabama
too.
because my baby's there.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, we went this weekend to get Grayson set up, you know, with his new place and all new furniture and all the stuff that had to be put in there for him. And I went through all the stuff with him about, you have to do your laundry this way. And Grayson, I've got you all this new Lululemon stuff. Do not throw it all in the washing machine together. You'll
He
ruin
probably
it.
ain't got no Lululemons right now.
He does too. She's saying that because she says he loses everything that we buy him. And the nicest people ever.
Yes.
Well, you're
that's-
from the South.
It's the
But now listen, I can't talk about the North now because they want to come down here to be with us. So you know what?
I love our northern people.
Oh, I do too. I got people from Illinois. I got people from Wisconsin. Listen, just come on and join us, or I may come and join you.
So you ain't gonna move up north because you don't
No,
like
it's
the
too
cold.
cold.
You don't
Well,
like
I
the cold.
can't stand the cold.
But yes, we did. We had a good few days. It was a lot of work, but it was good, and I was so grateful that we were able to be
The
there.
nicest people ever, from the restaurants to the hotel.
Yeah, we went to a little meat and three restaurant. What was
City
it called?
Cafe.
Was it City
I
Cafe?
think it was City Cafe or something.
City Cafe. Yeah, so good.
If you're in Tuscaloosa, great food there.
Grayson went there like 2-3 days a week last semester for school. So he's like, that's where we're going to go. And it was so good. The people were so nice. Everywhere we went, they were nice. And
Everywhere.
it was, so I can
That's
see
why I
why
say
he loves
nobody's
it.
been bad to me.
Except one.
that one
but I-
asshole,
but I
that
don't-
Budweiser.
But I done
No,
marked
Bud
him.
Light.
But
A
I
Bud
done marked
Light.
him out. He's history.
He's history.
He's history, and if he asked me to forgive him, I say, "Yeah, I've already forgive you," because you're stuck on stupid. You can't help it.
Right.
So
That's
go
true.
ahead.
Yeah.
Bye.
So there you have it, folks. When you're stuck on stupid, you can't help it.
No, just go right ahead, because you don't get up to hurt people. You get up to make them feel better,
Right.
lift them up.
Right.
And he ought to know that I was down. Now,
But now-
but his parents, they just made a bad mistake on raising him,
On raising him.
because most people's not going to do stuff.
But
like
now, you used to say that when you had come to see me, you'd say, Todd, I just can't help it sometimes. Some of these people say such stupid shit on Facebook and stuff. It makes me so mad. I just have to go back
But
out.
no, I have went back on a couple, but I only told them that they need to look in the mirror and look at themselves. And I hope that you have a good day.
I'll tell
God
you right
bless
now, you better be careful when Nanny Faye goes off on you, because it hurts. Because she's going to say, that's not nice, and I'm going to pray for you.
I say you need to look in the mirror at yourself, and maybe you'll think of something nice to say to someone.
That's what you consider telling them off.
Yeah.
I must have taken
But
that
I
from my
don't
dad.
care about what they say, because when they're talking about me, they letting somebody else rest. And, I'm a good subject to talk about. So, you know what? Let them talk.
We don't care what people say, do we?
No.
If we
But
care,
listen, them 2 or 3 is going to have something negative and say I'm a fraudster. Listen, you must have know. You have to be one to know one.
someone said you was a fraudster.
Yeah.
Mama, shut your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
You don't mean it.
Yes, I ought to be in prison. I said, well, the only difference, I wanted to say the only difference in me, I'm going to go down there and get to rest. So it doesn't matter to me, because I'm not planning on doing nothing.
Can you imagine saying that to an elderly woman?
That's their disrespect. That's why their mother and father didn't raise them right.
Right.
But
Because,
now some people did raise their kids right, and their kids chose other
well,
paths.
I know it. That's how come a lot of elder are by themselves, because of their stupid kids.
Well,
I can't even imagine being disrespectful to my parents. Never, never.
Because that didn't exist in your day.
I still got my teeth. Because if I'd have talked back to my parents any disrespect, I'd have got a piece of stove wood.
Lord, Mom, that's abuse.
Well, that didn't matter. You look what she raised. Look at me and all them other
heathens.
13 she raised.
And all of them, every one of your family turned out good.
Listen,
that's where I get it from, ain't it?
Well, you lot do things different than what we were.
No, I'll never forget one time. My mother-in-law said, now she's had many words of wisdom in 31 years. She really has. But I'll never forget one time. She said, Julie, let me tell you something. There's one thing to be a Chrisley, and there's another thing to be married to one of the SOBs.
Mama.
That's what she said.
They're trouble. They wasn't raised like I was.
Mama, quit talking about my people.
Well, I'm just stating the truth.
I got cousins on the Chrisley side that they'll snatch your ass up.
I done forgot them.
They got it to do, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mama, how dare you?
She did. She said, listen, Julie, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and this was early on. She said, it's one thing if you are a Chrisley, but then it's a whole nother thing when you're married to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what you're saying is that you really wanted to be born a Chrisley.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been one of the best things in the world. I wouldn't have known all the stuff that I know if I had been.
So basically what you're saying is that if you'd been born a Chrisley, it would have been a better life.
Oh, yeah, because you got somebody to wait on you.
Is epic.
But Mama,
yes,
you know
so
that
true.
Chrisleys come from royalty.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to be born one, not have to be married to one.
So while we were gone, you guys actually did some filming. How was that different not having us there? What was it, a different feel?
The first day was real sad for me that I got to get up and go and I'm not going to see trouble.
She's talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
And, telling us what we got to do. Mm-hmm. People think that we don't have orders, but we do.
She's talking about me. I have to keep things moving.
But, it was sad, but it was good to get back into the routine of doing things.
Right. Because the show offered you, it offered you a job. It offered you a routine. It offered you purpose that I think you probably never thought that you would have later in life.
I always say everybody has to have a dream. I never dreamed that I'd be doing this.
Right.
But you know what? You have to have a dream and a purpose to get up.
Right.
I never was lazy. So I've always got up. So that was never a problem for me. Because, listen, when the plant closed, I went on to Atlanta. I got my real estate license.
That's right. So for those of you who don't know.
A plant is the factory that she worked in
for 39 years.
Yes. So she worked there until that factory closed down.
And then I went to Atlanta. I got my real estate license.
Yeah, I think you were, 65?
62 or 63.
Yeah, when she got her real estate license, and she worked with me for a few years, several years.
I sold real estate for about 9 or 10 years.
Yes.
And then we filmed. And so here I am. Look at me.
America's grandmother.
You've had just a plethora of things that you have done and accomplished in your time.
I kept take care of the elderly.
That's right. You did do
That's
that.
right. You ended up being a caregiver.
Yes, Catherine
me.
was actually on the show a few times with us.
And I took care of her. I took care of Gladys and Bob.
You have literally, but you've been working since you were how old?
I don't even know when I started. I remember going to the barn and taking a little bucket milk, washing the cows so we could milk. So I don't even know. I've been working my whole life.
Her whole life. You've been working your whole life.
Yeah.
How old was you when you started keeping the kids for the Jacks family?
10 years old.
And how many kids did you take care of?
They had 3.
And she was taking care of them and ironing?
Then I went to work for the Holbrookses. That's when I got paid.
Right.
I was 12 years old. They had 3 kids.
Yep.
And she just passed away a few months ago. Jeanette, the mother.
Really?
I washed on a ringer washer for those whole family and hung them out.
Before there was a real wash machine.
A ringer washer that goes around and around. You push them through the thing and rinse them off and hang them out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you got to be in luxury. We didn't get to be in luxury. We had to do that. I hung them out. I starched all of their clothes that needed to be, their shirts, their skirts, whatever. And then when I brought them in, I sprinkled them with a bottle with sprinkling. The old people know, these young people don't. But I'm just letting you know that I ironed and I cooked their supper every night.
At 12 years old.
At 12 years old.
That's crazy.
And Miss Jack, she's still alive. She said, you were so mature and knew so much, we never thought about leaving our children with you. They'd put us in jail now at 12 years old and you out babysitting and working.
That's true.
But it just dawned on me. I think that's why she's so rebellious now in her latter years, because you wasn't able to be rebellious in the years you should have been.
I've been fighting my whole life. I had to fight for me and my brother so we could have a stand.
So you could have a stand.
Yeah.
And you took a stand.
Yeah. Because he was real little.
And when those people picked on your little brother,
I give them an ass whipping.
You gave them an ass whipping.
I've been fighting my whole life.
What happened that time they took Michael's ice cream from him?
I whooped that little old Jimmy Fletcher. I put him down on the ground.
I bet he didn't take another ice cream.
No, I didn't. He didn't have that many issues, but when he did,
you was there.
Took care.
I was with him. I was his mama. When we were going to school, I was his mama, and I was his mama into death.
That's right.
I was with him all those years. I helped him throughout life. I was there in death. So I have
did your job.
Another clean slate.
That's right. I marked it off as a clean slate.
Right.
I did. I have no regrets.
Imagine being able to really, though, say in your life, because you would want to be if you get to her age, you would want to be able to say, no,
I did everything.
I did everything I could do.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
I handled that situation to the best of my ability.
That's a blessing.
And then I picked up and I moved on.
So, Nanny, we are so grateful to be home, and we're so grateful that we're able to come home to you. What is next for Nanny Faye?
I'm going to go off into the sunset.
No, you're not. What are you going to do? Now you have all this free time. You don't have to worry about
That's what I said. I'm going off into the sunset and just do me.
So
whatever I decide.
Well, you can't be doing you because you've got a show coming up in October.
Whatever I decide to do today, that's what I'm going to do. If I get up and I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
Well, and for those of you, and many do, you can most of the time find her
in Indiana. At the casino.
At the casino.
At the casino.
Well, that's my happy place. I've met a lot of great people.
So excited. I cannot wait to be able to go back with her. That was something that she and I loved to do together. We'd go leave on Friday and come back Saturday sometime. And we have a date for that, and I'm grateful
They
for
love
it.
me in Indiana, and I love them.
We know you do. We know.
Listen.
So if anyone at Indiana is listening, I know that you have kidnapped my mother and that you want her to live there. And just so you know, I might let her.
Well, I might be moving in next week. You never. I don't have to. All I have to do is make a phone call.
I know. I've witnessed it. I know.
I don't have a problem.
I love it.
They good to me, and I'm gonna be good for them. And all the people, I've only one up there.
That
The
one.
one with the Bud Light.
And he would be barred if I knew who he was if he ever come back.
Because they'd get rid of him.
They'd get rid of him because he's
So
bad apple.
you love everyone in Indiana.
Yeah.
You like the pit balls.
Oh, even on up the ladder. I love
Everybody.
them all.
Everybody.
You love all of them.
Yeah.
And even the people that come there.
Right.
They always find me at the baccarat table. All these young couples say, oh my God, Nanny, can I have a picture? You don't have to get up. And casinos don't even allow pictures. But that's not an issue in Indiana.
So
I think it's just not an issue with you.
with you, it's not. an
No,
issue.
they don't, because they'll tell you right quick, put that phone up, and no matter where you go.
Right.
Right.
But in Tunica and Mississippi and Evansville, never a problem.
Well, you know, we just
great.
got back from doing this celebrity poker tournament.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. Nanny was there too.
that's right. And you did you win any money?
No, I didn't win any, but I outlasted you two.
You were the shadiest old woman.
Well,
But when you, after the poker tournament, you then went missing in the casino by yourself. Did you win any money then?
I've always won a little bit.
$300.
$300.
I always win a little bit, but I'm trying
But
to
do
get
you ever win, Mama? For literally 40 years, I've heard you tell me when you'd come back from the casino, you and Daddy, I won $300.
Well, that's a good number.
Have you ever won more than $300?
Several times.
So you were lying to me the whole time
Well, you don't always tell everything.
because you was
right.
afraid I was going to ask for some of it.
Well, maybe not that, because I'll give you what you needed. But you know what? I like to save a little bit to gamble again. Because if your funds run out, you can't gamble. That's one thing I can truly say. Don't be talking about a casino, because you cannot go in there and hang out.
You got to go to work.
You got to go to that table or the slot machine, do whatever. You got to have money to go to a casino.
But that's your job, right?
I
You
love
consider that to be your job.
I get to go there and sit for hours. I can go eat wherever I want to, visit who I want to. If I want to get up and go somewhere, I leave my chips. They don't bother them.
Well, you know, a lot of people get banned from casinos to where they can't go anymore.
Yeah, I know people that have. I seen one the other day that come in. They had been banned, but they decided to let him stay.
Well, what? They're Indiana people. How good?
Yeah, but the thing about it is, you can get banned for almost nothing.
Right. But have you ever been banned?
No.
But what if someone got you banned?
If they got me banned, I'll stay the hell away from them.
Exactly.
Because they pay more than I can go to.
That's right, Nanny.
So you're gonna go. So if you get banned from one, you're going to the next one.
Well, I'm not going to do anything to get banned, but if I do, then bye-bye. I'm just going on to another.
Well, somebody told me on social media that they was watching you for counting cards.
If I was that smart, I wouldn't be sitting here with you on a podcast.
Oh, my God. And on that note, folks, thank you, Nanny. Thank you for coming,
You're
being on the pod. Thank you for picking me up and bringing me here.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you know, we love having you anytime you're willing to come.
Anytime, darling. Anytime.
Well, when you need a few ratings, call me.
Well, we need a few ratings call. Folks, on that note, we thank you again for tuning in to Chrisley Confessions 2.0. And everyone knows that without Nanny Faye, none of us would be here. So until next week, good luck and God bless.
Please go download this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. Chrisley Confessions 2.0.